Hello and welcome to this late afternoon taste challenge. I have two 40% alcohol Irish blended whiskeys, triple distilled, no age statement on either one. This is Trader Joe's Special Reserve. Is distilled, matured, and bottled in Ireland by an unknown distiller. There are theories about who makes it, but they don't disclose it. All right. How long have they been making this? I don't know. I read an article saying Trader Joe's been selling private label liquor since the early 1970s, so it might have been on the market over 50 years. I paid $14.99. This is Douhans. I paid $19.99 for this at Walmart, and then a week later they discounted it to $9 and got rid of it, and I never saw it again. So if I'd have waited a week, I'd have got it for $9. But of course, I didn't know it was about to be discontinued. Also, an unknown producer. Although this cap looks familiar to other Irish whiskeys that I have, but it could just be a standard generic cap product of Ireland that many distilleries use. It could be that. Douhans introduced in 2018. Didn't last very long. The importing company got bought out. Then the people that bought them disappeared. I got to get some glasses. But this is one of those products that they put out, just didn't catch on. Got on the shelf at Walmart, got on the shelf at Walmart, which is an achievement, but it didn't make it. Okay. Whether I can tell them apart, I do not know because I've been having trouble with the Trader Joe's. It's very similar to other Irish whiskeys, which is a benefit for it because it's $14.99. And if you can't tell it apart, why are you paying more, right? There's no screen share necessity tonight, this evening, because there's no website listing for either. Even Trader Joe's website does not list the Special Reserve. So Douhans, nice looking label. Came in a nice box, it was in a box, but like I say, it's gone. They're very similar in appearance. Look how very similar. They're both like straw, like hay in a barn, straw, gold. Very, very pale. I would seriously doubt if any coloring is added to these. Crybaby is behaving. She has been starting to calm down. No, you stay on your towel. Stay on your little bed. She's calming down. I say that now. Here she goes. I was trying to stand something up and it just got her woken up. Okay, but she seems to be behaving a little better. Going into heat already. Didn't let her outside. She was calling for the male cats, whimpering by the window calling. Well. I said, there's no male cats around here. They've all been killed by the coyotes. We used to have a lot of stray cats around here, but when the coyotes showed up, that was it. And you can hear them at night. A lot of noise at night, especially when the train comes down and blows its whistle. All right, but yeah, Louisiana has a problem. They even wander around in the city of New Orleans. They found coyotes in City Park, in Lakeview Park. They mostly leave, they leave people alone. But they will kill your pets. Yeah, smells. You can see all my pictures I had on the door. She tore them down, but I'll put new ones up. She tore them all off. She had this fixation on tearing any kind of paper down, but she kind of stopped that. But she was just ruthless. Blastero says, greetings from Denmark. Greetings to you in Denmark. Yeah, it just smells like grain, basic grain, nothing too elaborate. Same. So appearance, same. Aroma, same. Same price. $5 difference. $19.99, $14.99. But like I said, I could have gotten it for $9 if I had known they were going to close it out and super discount it. But you don't know, so you don't know. All right. Taste time. Let me see something on lamp. Yeah, that's the setting I wanted on. Tasting. It's very creamy. And I said this before about the Trader Joe's. It was like sugar cream or fondant. It's very creamy. I was just watching your Pilsner Urquell review, and I noticed you were live and didn't know you did whiskey reviews too. Yes, beer, wine, and liquor. Mostly beer, of course, but some wine. I've got a new one coming up, Gallo White Zinfandel. Might do that one tomorrow. I think I will. Yeah. And I do the whiskey taste challenges. I try to see if you really can tell them apart. If you do a blind taste test, you may not be as good at recognizing your favorite brand as you think you are. You know, that's why you do it blind. I got little tags down here to let me know which is which. I don't have to close my eyes because they're the same shade of gold. Similar, but more oak and less of the sugar cream. They're light to medium bodied, so they're like low medium bodied. Irish whiskeys tend to be very light and they have a dry finish. And Irish whiskeys are very dry in the finish, but in the flavor, they're sweet. So you say, how can that be? Well, a lot of beers are that way. They'll be sweet in the taste, but then they finish dry. Okay, I think this is the Trader Joe's. I got it. So I have to think about that sugar cream. If I get that sugar cream flavor, then I think I have it. It only took me about 10 taste challenges to narrow it down, but finally. I recently did a Tuborg versus Carlsberg blind test and always thought I was Carlsberg man, but I ended up preferring Tuborg. The beer of Danish kings. They used to advertise that on the radio here. Tuborg, the beer of Danish kings. But they don't say it anymore. It's really hard to tell. Yeah. Tuborg Gold. I think I had one called the Sort Gold once. I had Carlsberg Elephant. There was one that like the one that has the black licorice in it that they only put out every year in December before Christmas. It's not the best beer out there, but it's decent cold on a hot summer day. Yeah, I probably like it. I'm not too picky about beer. You got some people that do beer reviews, they hate everything, you know. Oh, Juleberg. Oh, that's right. And then I think I also had the Sort Gold, but Juleberg, if I'm saying it correctly. Oh yeah, that thing was nice. That thing was primo. That was in 2011 when I reviewed those. They're still posted. Juleberg. Thank you, Brian, for sending that to me from Copenhagen, Denmark, or close to this capital. Um, Now, which of these tastes better? No preference. No preference. Do I have a preference with any of these Irish whiskeys that I've been doing? I thought I did. I thought I had a preference, and then I did blind taste tests, and I could not tell them apart. So it's kind of hard to claim that you prefer something and you can't tell it apart from something else in a blind taste test, right? So I guess I don't have a preference. I guess I prefer whatever's the cheapest, which in this case is the Trader Joe's. Now I found some other ones very low price. O'Neill's, which I found at Total Wine and More. I don't think they have it anymore. I don't know, maybe they just stocked it and it's all gone and they can't get any more, or they didn't want to carry it. But certainly I found that one. I found Iden Stills, which is a Total Wine and More brand. That was very low priced, I thought. Let's see. Low price first. I'll go through all these small bottles. So let's see. Kavanaugh, which I have a bottle. I paid $17.99. Now they're selling it for $14.99 right now. Those dirty dogs, I paid $3 extra. O'Neill's, but they changed the bottle. $14.99. Oh, well, there you go. That's a deal. That's the deal. That is the deal. So you can come to Louisiana and get Irish whiskey. That's at least 3 different brands: Trader Joe's, O'Neill's, and Kavanaugh for $14.99 to date. To date. And they got all the cream liqueurs, but Iden Still $16.99. 2 gingers $16.99, but I know where to find it for $15.60. Boy, do they have a lot of cream liqueurs. I'm telling you. The one I want to get next is called Kilburn. Kilburn Blended Irish Whiskey. $18.99. Not the best price, not the worst price. Patty's is $1 more, $19.99. But I've had Patty's. I'm finished with Patty's. I enjoyed it, but we must move on in life. I'd like to find that Jameson Triple. I see they got it for $27.99. I noticed today that Winn-Dixie had it for $30. So obviously I would not buy it at Winn-Dixie. Yeah, okay. So we'll try to do the Kilburn this week. Maybe I'll get Kilburn this week. What's usually your go-to whiskey? I don't really have one, honestly. I don't really drink whiskey. I do these taste challenges, and I'll buy a bottle and do a solo review. But if I'm not doing a solo review or the taste challenge, I'm not drinking it. I drink beer, I just don't. People say, oh, you come home from work and get some ice cubes and drink some whiskey. And I don't. I'll tell you, I just don't. Now, to get rid of them, like that corn whiskey, in the morning, I'll put a little bit in some chocolate milk with some cinnamon and pour hot coffee over it. Drink it in my coffee, just to get rid of it. It might take a month to drink that whole McCormick corn whiskey down, but that's a really good product. I was very happy with it. Other people might say, oh, I don't like it, but I thought it was really good. I tried mead once. It was really very far past the best by date, but I thought honey doesn't go bad, but I wasn't too thrilled with it, but I would like to try some good ones. But like my local store sells 2 varieties of mead. It's Viking's Blood, and there's 2 different types of Viking's Blood that they sell. It's extremely expensive, so I would be reluctant to pay for it. But John Mallory says, cheers, Jay. Cheers to you, John. So yes, I have had mead, but probably not the best. That Viking's Blood, I've heard good things about it. Okay, so the winner here is both. Unfortunately, Douhans is gone. It's out of production, but you might find an old bottle lingering around somewhere. It's possible. You might say, well, look, I went to a store. They had 3 bottles left. It could be left over from 5, 6 years ago. I don't think it was on the market for 3 years, but it's no great tragedy. But like I was saying earlier, this Trader Joe's whiskey, Irish whiskey, might have been on the market for 53 years, 54 years. It really could have been. John Mallory says, clinking the mugs. Blastero says, meat is generally expensive as it's quite expensive to make. Okay, that's why the Viking's blood is so expensive. Do you remember how much the Viking's blood was? No, but I can look it up because I know the store's website. Let me look it up right at this moment. Come on down. Oh, golly. Here's the kitten. What will she do? Vikings blood. Here we go. They're showing it. Oh, they're only showing one version right now. Maybe they did have two. I know they had two different ones, but maybe they're down to one at the moment. $27.99 for one bottle. Oh, yeah. It's the big bottle. It's a big bottle. $27.99. It's probably like 750 milliliters, or at least 500 milliliters. So $27.99. $27.99 USD to euro. Uh, €24, about 24 euros. I don't know if that's a good price. European dollars. I don't know if 24 euros is a good price. That's what they're showing me. That's not that much more expensive than over here where it's made. It's 22 here, 22 euros. Okay, Clemson says howdy. Howdy to you. All right, well, I have to get off this because I'm in 9 minutes, we're going to start strong beer. You say, after doing this? Yeah. So if I'm slurring my lip, we're going to do strong beer Wednesday. Any beer 5.5% or higher. Luckily, the one I have is only 5.5%, so it shouldn't affect me too much. Time will tell in a very short amount of time. Oh, look, she's behaving. She's sitting there looking out the window, being so calm. Oh, so very calm. All right, well, thanks for watching. I'm glad I got it right this time. The next one coming up tomorrow, I think, is proper number 12. Because Douhans was introduced in 2018 and proper number 12 was introduced in 2018. But it's still around. I don't know if it's too popular. I think Matherns got rid of it. Let me see if they sell it. Just check real fast. Proper. Oh, they do have it. $28.99. No thanks. I found it for a better price. I think I paid 20. Well, I might have paid $26 or $27, honestly, but that's the next one coming. Proper number 12. Good product. I like it. The price is not proper. The price is improper. They ought to call it improper price. All right. We all take care. Bye-bye, everybody.